Avengers Age of Ultron stars Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, Jeremy Renner, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany, and James Spader. It is the sequel to 2012's The Avengers, and it is the 11th movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I'm not gonna talk about the characters that much, as we pretty much already know about them, and we know the actors, and it's pretty much already second Avengers movie. But I will talk about the new additions. But before that, I feel like I really need to talk about Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye in this movie. He just gives an amazing performance. I like that in here he has more screen time than the first movie. And I like that we learn more about the character and he has a family and all that. And I also did like the chemistry between Mark Ruffalo and Scarlett Johansson, who portray Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, and Black Widow. And finally, sadly, this is the last movie that I like Captain America in. I'll probably like him again in Infinity War. He just looks amazing in there. But right now, this is the last movie that I liked him in. The character, I mean, because Civil War, I do like that movie. But yeah, I don't know. It's just that they just made him like really dumb from this movie to later on. Because, I mean, the language scenes were just exactly what I'm saying. They were dumb. He also beat up my boy Iron Man in Civil War. I do not like that. And you have the crappy school messages in Spider-Man Homecoming, as well as one of the most pointless after credit scenes I've ever seen. But still, doesn't mean that I do not like him in this movie. What I meant to say is that this is the last movie that I liked him in. Because, excluding the language scenes, Chris Evans was great again as his character. Okay, Aaron Taylor Johnson as Quicksilver, or Pietro. They don't really call him Quicksilver in this movie. But I did like the character in this movie. It's just that you know the character isn't gonna get that much attention when in the year before this movie, Fox's X-Men movies did a better version of his character. And sadly, also because of the rights, they did unfortunately have to kill him off in this movie, sadly. But I do hope that they find a way to bring him back, because like I said, I really did like this character in this movie. Another character I did like was also Olsen as Wanda Maximoff, not Scarlet Witch. Like I said, I don't mention the name. But she was amazing in her first appearance in a Marvel movie. And this film makes you care about this complex character. Maybe Civil War does make you care more, but yeah, this movie did make me care about the character. She just, like I said, a really complex character. This film also introduces the Vision, played by Paul Bettany, who previously voiced Jarvis in the previous Marvel movies. But in this movie, the Jarvis program is put on the Vision. And I do like this origin change, what it took character in this movie. He was great. And then you have the amazing Hulkbuster fight scene in this movie, which is still one of my favorite fights in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, I've already talked about the good. I'm gonna talk about the bad now. The villain, Ultron. I actually did like him. I thought he was a great character. Oh, by the way, he's voiced by James Spader. And yeah, I do feel like this could have been another memorable Marvel villain. It's just that the problem is that his story is it's too fast, this movie, so you don't really end up caring about his plans. And second problem is that, I mean, they were possibly not, the people working this movie were possibly like not trying to make him too strong, because Thanos might be in the next movie, but this Ultron was just a weak compared to the comic book version, who, by the way, defeated all the Avengers. But still, he's like still one of my favorite Marvel villains. It's just that I see why people don't really like this villain. I also do have like a little theory going on for Infinity War. I don't know if you could agree with me, but I do feel like Ultron was actually a good guy in this movie. It's just that he went corrupted with his ideas. But I think he was actually preparing Earth for Thanos. Is this like a scene where he's like, I don't remember the exact words, but it was like, God throws a stone and he's winding up. So I feel like that could be a reference to the famous scene that showed up in the Avengers Infinity War D23 trailer, where apparently Thanos throws a planet at the Avengers. So just to give you an idea how powerful Thanos is and get you hyped. But yeah, I do feel like he just saw Thanos going up just trying to protect Earth. It's just that he went corrupted. And on to the other negative stuff is that this movie is pretty much a commercial teaser for the future MCU movies. You have a teaser for Infinity War, which is that because of Ultron's actions, that ends up being a problem in that movie. And the Sokovia Accords. You have a teaser for Thor Ragnarok, where he's like using the electric powers in his vision, like killing everyone, his guardians. That scene right there, which also, by the way, was really pointless. It was just done to tease the Infinity Stones and Infinity War. And then you have the teasers for Black Panther, a scene where Bruce Banner mentions Wakanda, and the introduction to Ulysses Claw, played by Andy Serkis. Finally, you have the post-credit scenes where you have Thanos picking up the Infinity Gauntlet, and he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. So yeah, it's a great scene right there. And by the way, I do love the credits in this movie. Like the statues coming in, and then like showing the cast and crew while the statue moves, and then revealing the gigantic statue of the Avengers fighting the Ultron robots. I thought that was amazing. So overall, I'm gonna give Age of Ultron 4 stars. I'm gonna put it number 5 on the MCU scale. I do like it more than the first one. However, there's one thing that the first one does has that is better than the second one, and that is the villain. You can't top Loki. Unless you're Killmonger or Thanos. Other than that, you can't top Loki. So what do you think of Age of Ultron? If you enjoy this video, hit a like and share. If you are new here, subscribe and click the bell button so you don't miss any videos. And I'll see you next one. Bye everyone.